Gotta hurry up and get this intro in before another car drives by. This is literally the 5th or 6th time I've tried it, but welcome back to the channel. Today we are in beautiful, sunny California. It's March 10th, I believe, today. I kind of lose track. I've been here for 4 days now. Basically decided to, because the weather was still snowy and cold in Idaho, to hit the road, hook my boat up, and head somewhere warmer. So if you don't know, this area, Clearlake, that I'm in Clearlake State Park right now. It's a beautiful state park with all the amenities that you need to enjoy a long trip. But Clearlake is the best bass fishery west of the Mississippi River. By several magazines and other people have rated it that way. And it shows when you go out fishing here. So because the weather was supposed to be very nice, it was like 75 degrees today. It's been around that 70 degrees every day I've been here. I decided, you know what, let's just go somewhere warm and fish for a few days. So anyway, I'm at my campsite now. We're gonna do some truck camping and gonna make some food tonight. Get the boat ready to go tomorrow and fish again tomorrow. So join me. I'll kind of show you around my campsite. We'll make some food and do a little truck camping. So stay tuned. Guys, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of my campsite. So as you can see, there's a nice long pad to park a camp trailer on, or in this case, a boat. It's real nice and level, and these campsites, I would add, are $30 a night, and that's not too bad considering you get a free boat launch, and there are multiple shower facilities and restroom facilities and things like that to use. So you also get each site a picnic table and one of these food lockers, and these food lockers are to keep the raccoons out. I've never seen a state park that has more raccoons than this place. Once the sun goes down, man, those things are running everywhere. I hear them every single night. I've seen them. Don't leave any food out if you stay here. But you get a picnic table. I got my little barbecue grill there. And then moving over here, you got a fire pit and a pretty large spaces too. You're not really stacked on top of anybody else. You can probably see the next one over. It's probably a good 40 yards, 30 yards. And same on the other side. So you got a lot of space, and there's a lot of shade trees here. So I imagine the summertime it is a really nice place to go when it gets hot. But yeah, it's a beautiful park with beautiful sights. Kind of excited to show you guys the new addition to my truck camper setup since the last video that I did, and that is a 12-volt fridge. You know, I've always used a cooler. There's nothing wrong with a cooler. I have a high-end cooler, like a Yeti style, you know, roto-molded cooler. But by the second day or third day of a trip, that ice starts to melt and everything gets wet, and it's kind of this watery, icy slurry of ice water with your food mixed in. Everything's kind of wet and gross. So I invested in one of these fridges. The fridge that I bought is a Corey brand off of Amazon. I got it on a deal for like $239, I believe. It's like a 50 liter. It's pretty big. But it has a, you know, it goes down to -4 degrees and does a really nice job of keeping your food cold. I've been kind of testing it the last 5 days on this trip. I didn't bring a cooler, so I was at the mercy of this thing working or not. And, you know, after 5 days, I couldn't be happier. My food is cold. It's nice and dry. All the condiments and everything else isn't floating around in a bunch of ice water. So, super cool thing. I'll kind of show you what it looks like here. You see my sleeping platform there? It takes up a little bit of space because I have to have it plugged in. I can't put it in the truck. Well, I could put it in the truck, but I have it hooked up to my 12-volt electrical system in the back of the truck here. But basically, this is it right here. So there's an accessory kind of insulated cover that I also bought for it. So I think that was 60 bucks. So all in, you know, I'm somewhere around 300 bucks. So about the price of a good cooler, but you know, like I said, this trip was kind of the maiden voyage of it, and I couldn't be happier. It's been, you know, a really good addition to the truck. And, you know, for you guys going on longer trips, you know, if you're going for a day or whatever, maybe this doesn't make sense. But if you're going on 3, 4, 5 days, this thing is the way to go. I don't have to try to drive around hunting down ice every couple days to fill the cooler back up. Everything stays exactly where I want it to be temperature-wise. And basically, you open this insulated cover up to get at the food. You open the lid, it's got a little light in there. I'll show you guys the inside, but I've got like several days worth of food in here, and you know, I got the thing set to like 35 degrees. The temperature on the actual setting on the fridge itself seems to be off by like 5 degrees. It runs about 5 degrees warmer than what the temperature says, and I verify that. I have a little refrigerator thermometer kind of to keep an eye on it, and that's also from Amazon, so I don't know which one's inaccurate. Maybe it's the thermometer, maybe it's the fridge, I have no idea, but everything is cold and it's safe. So that's the newest addition to my truck. I'll do a more in-depth video on this kind of on its own, so I can show you guys all the features and things of it, but I wanted to show you guys that. It's been awesome. I'm really excited about summertime camping, trying this thing out when the temperatures get warmer, and yeah, it's a good addition. Watch on Amazon. These things go on sale every once in a while, and they're pretty inexpensive. You can get a lot smaller one for like a couple $100, so seems to be something good to have in the back of the truck for truck camping. Next step this evening is what I call step 1. There are other people on YouTube that call this thing step 2, and a shout out to those guys. They make great videos, but for me, step 1 involves an ice cold bush latte. If you're a Midwesterner like myself, you would understand that this stuff is amazing, and definitely the beer of choice after a long day out on the lake or going camping or anything like that. So cheers. Gotta do the obligatory bush. Yeah, it's good. All right, now that I've got this taken care of, step 2 is going to be to get the generator going, because this park has kind of strict generator rules. I don't want to get in trouble or get on anyone's bad side, so I got to get the generator going to charge the boat, as well as the batteries in the back of my truck here. I got to add some charge to that. It's been a couple days, so anyway, get the generator fired up, then I'm going to start a campfire, so stay tuned. This is also a new addition to my truck camping setup, and this is an ultralight Champion 2500 watt inverter generator. Super quiet. I've had this one like a week. It replaces an older 2000 watt Champion that I've had for like 6 years, and basically the other one still works. It had no issues, but it had like 2,000 hours on it charging this boat at different campgrounds and places that I go fishing. So to avoid the potential for a failure, on a trip, I decided to just replace it, get a new one. And this one has been awesome. It's quieter than the old one. I think this one's like 52 or 53 dBs, somewhere there. So it's right in line with the Honda. It's like $400 versus spending $1,000 or $1,200 on a Honda. Hondas are great, don't get me wrong. If that's what you have, those things are awesome too. But on a budget, these little Champions are pretty awesome. I've been running this thing pretty much every day for a few hours, putting charge in my trolling motor batteries. And when you walk away like 20 feet, even on a night with no wind, you really can't hear it. I mean, it's awesome. It's just so quiet. You can probably hear there are other people in the campground right now that are running like those construction generators, those great big ones. They put out a ton of power, but it sounds like a snowblower going all the time. So super loud. These things are awesome. I think it's like 30 pounds. Super light, 38 pounds maybe. Somewhere between 30 and 40. I will do a video review of this generator kind of after this. This trip was also the maiden voyage for this, so once we get the trip done, I'll do a recap of the generator, the fridge, and the new addition that's in the back of the truck that I'll show you next. Super easy starting generator. Basically turn the vent on, put it on choke, and pull the cord. Starts right up. Then turn it over to run, and just like that, you've got electrical power. So this thing will power a lot of things. Obviously it'll charge the boat, it'll charge the battery in the back of the truck, and also charge any other devices that you need to charge on a trip. Cool. So this I also added since the last video, and I gave you guys a tour of my truck. And this is a Noco Genius. It's basically an onboard battery charger for a boat battery. And I installed it in some empty space that I had back here, and I added a port to the front of my sleeping platform so I don't have to, climb in and clamp charger onto the battery terminals. It's always hooked up to the battery, and all I gotta do is plug an extension cord into that port and we are charging the battery. So I'll show you that. This is that port that I was talking about. I just drilled a hole in the side of the sleeping platform. It's pretty self-explanatory. It just has a cord lead with a plug on the other side that hooks up to the battery charger. And instead of climbing in and hooking up anything to the battery itself, all I have to do is open this little port here and bam, I plug my cord into that and we are charging. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the extension cord charging this. It's been a couple days since I've added power to this and my battery's getting kind of low from running that fridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this charging and then I'm gonna start a fire. Plug an extension cord in there and just like that, we are charging our 12-volt system in the back of the sleeping platform. So pretty cool stuff. There's all kinds of electrical doodads you can buy on Amazon to make your life a lot easier truck camping. So I will add a link in the description to all these things so you can check them out and see if it's right for your setup. Alright, so I'm going to use one of these little fire starting sticks that I bought when I was in Moab. I bought a whole giant box of them and they actually worked really well. So I'm going to put that in there, and there's some logs that didn't quite burn before I put the fire out last night. So start with those. There's also a ton of little dry twigs laying around here. So we'll put those kind of on top of that, and then we'll add bigger wood as necessary. We'll get this going here. These little fire starting sticks are pretty awesome. I used to be a big charcoal lighter guy, and I would kind of just douse all the wood with charcoal lighter, but I kind of like this better. I don't like dragging, charcoal lighter with me all the time, so these are pretty easy. So you just kind of light the bag there and let it go to town. Once this fire's up and going, I'm gonna grill some burgers, I think, tonight, and that'll be really good after being out in that boat all day. Now that that fire's going, and it feels good, trust me, it's starting to cool down. Once that sun kind of hits that horizon, even though it's been really nice during the day, it cools down really fast in the evening, and I've been seeing lows in the upper 20s to mid 30s the last few days. So drastic change from daytime high to, evening time. So anyways, wanted to point this out. This is my Weber Q grill that I bring on camping trips when I'm gonna be gone for like a week or whatever. I don't bring it on short trips because it's so big, it takes up a lot of space in the truck. And for organization things, it's always just this awkward thing to store. But if I know I'm gonna be at a campground for a while, I throw this in because it cooks food really well, better than anything else that I have. So if I'm gonna be using it multiple days, this one gets the nod, and super easy to light. It's a really good camping grill. So if you're in the market for a camping grill, I would highly recommend that one. Get it fired up. Alright, I'm gonna go get some food out of the fridge while that grill warms up, and we'll get to cooking. Alright, here's tonight's spread. We got some pre-made burger patties. I did not buy those by choice. I went to the local Walmart here in Clearlake, California, and they did not have a meat department, so it's kind of a smaller store. All they had was some frozen meat, so not by choice, but I actually kind of like them. They're pretty easy. You just kind of pull them apart off the separating paper and slap them on the grill. So not a lot of work and pretty easy to do when you're camping, so not a terrible option. With some buns, we got some shredded lettuce and some cheddar cheese. And then I'll throw some Thousand Island dressing on top. Kind of makes a good little burger. Sun chips, and that's about it for tonight. So as soon as that grill warms up, we'll get this stuff cooking and sit and enjoy that fire a little bit. Maybe a little more on this one. Perfect. All right, time to eat. Pretty good camping meal right there. There's really nowhere else I'd rather be than camping and fishing. Those are two things in my life that I find a lot of joy in and I'm passionate about. And I don't know about you guys, but this gas price deal is probably going to make me reconsider some of these longer trips. You know, I had this trip planned for a while, so I didn't really want to back out of it. I already had the campsite reserved. I had everything, all the plans were in motion to go, so I'm just kind of going to suck this one up and kind of stomach the fuel prices. But in the future, this is really going to limit where I go if I still want to go camping as often as I do. Probably have to do more close to home. So tell me what you guys think about gas prices and how is that going to affect your guys' adventures. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think you're going to do. I hope you guys can still see me. I didn't realize how dark it was getting. It doesn't seem this dark, but on the camera it's really, really dark. So I'm going to hurry up and eat my food, kind of kick back, enjoy this fire for a little bit, and catch you guys when I climb into bed for the night. So it's going to be a good night for a fire. I don't have a light ready to go, so you won't be able to join me on that, but drink a couple beers, sit by this fire, and eat this food, and we'll catch you in a little bit. Good morning. Time is 7:27. Looks like a beautiful day outside. I'll spare you guys the alarm scene in this video because truth be told, I've already been up for a while. I got up at like 6 and clicked the diesel heater on for a little bit to warm it up in here because it's pretty chilly, and got it nice and warm, and I suppose it's about time to get up and make some breakfast. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I kind of want to fish, but I also kind of want to hit the road and make sure I don't run into any weather on the way back. And if I do, that I leave myself enough time to get back to work on Monday. So not sure what I'm going to do, but I'm going to get out of here and enjoy the morning anyway and make some breakfast and kind of make my decision then. So time to get up. All right, well, I decided when I got up I would just go and take a shower and get my campsite cleaned up, you know, get everything tidied up, packed up, organized before I hit the road. And originally I was going to make something like eggs and hash browns, bacon, something like that. But I kind of decided that since everything is clean, all my dishes are clean, I don't want to drag another mess out. So I'm gonna go with the instant oatmeal. It's a 5-minute deal, makes no mess. And when you get done, you just dry out the pan because you're only heating up water, and that's it. So gonna go with that, some orange juice. I'm gonna get this going, sit down for a little bit, and then probably get ready to roll. Alright, that's about it. It's not the most appetizing stuff in the world, but what oatmeal is, I guess. It doesn't taste bad. This one's like blueberries and strawberries and whatnot, so that's kind of the one I try to buy the most. Just because some of the other flavors are kind of blah. So I'm going to sit down in my chair and eat this and get ready to go. Hot. Whew. Good though, really good. Well, to wrap this video up, it's been an awesome week down here at Clearlake in California. Beautiful weather, beautiful scenery, fantastic fishing. I think I fished 4 days. Caught a ton of fish, it's been fun. It was a much needed escape from the cold and the snow back home. Unfortunately, that means I have to head home and got to get some work done somehow, so I got to get back there. But if you guys are looking for an escape from the you know, late winter blues, if you will, coming down to this area of California might just be what you're after. I also wanted to thank you guys for, you know, watching the videos that I do have out there. I know it's been, you know, quite a while since I made one. That's not what I want to do, but you know, sometimes life gets in the way and there's just not time to go run out for the weekend to go camping. So really want to thank you guys for watching. I mean, making these videos isn't as much fun when no one wants to see your stuff. So the growth of the channel has been amazing, and man, I can't thank you guys enough for that. So I don't know where my next adventure is going to be, but it will be soon, and hopefully not in the snow. So anyway, thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one.